Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a manga overview called Gannibal Vol.1. This is a pretty new book. I just got it today. Yeah, even on a Sunday. Because I went to some kind of a comic book store that has a 25th anniversary, got 10% off. I said, sure, why not? Right? So I was looking forward to this because I saw a couple of videos that people are actually looking for this. Without further ado, what is this? Well, it's basically a cannibal story, and it's also, really, how do you say, introduced here about, cannibalism is the theme here. And we have a rookie cop called Daigo Agawa, and he's been assigned to some kind of a remote village, right? And he is now, the only cop, I guess. Well, sort of. And he is this village called Kuge. And he moved in with his family, and people are very nice to him, and he feels, at peace. But then he is getting a call that of a missing body found in the woods. And so he's going there and investigate what's going on, right? And there's some guy here that leads him to it, but he's pretty out of breath because he's coming from the city. He's not used getting, running up the hills and the woods and all that stuff. And then we find this woman here, and they think it's a bear that caught here because it's winter time. It's getting colder, right? And it seems that this guy is, and it's basically her family, and this is her grandmother, got Granny Goto. That's the family name, Goto. And then he suddenly sees a bite mark, and he says, well, it's probably, hey, so what are you implying here, right? It's just a bit worrying, he says. But then suddenly these guys are becoming a little bit aggressive. He says, hey, are you trying to peg the Goto family for elderly abuse? And he's pulling a shotgun at his face. And so the whole, it's really going fast in the first couple of pages. And so there is, some nice people there, but, this Goto family, they're a little bit off. But it seems that they are, a weird bunch of group. And they said, hey, no, I'm just joking with you, like an initiation. You're the new guy, right? And he says, hey, you need to be careful. I'm going to arrest you next, right? Because he pulled a gun to the cop. And then they are trying to manipulate him somehow. And he says, hey, we think it's good for the community to, hang out and get to know you a little bit, don't ask too much questions. We are about building good relationships because the last cop didn't have good relationships. Now, there's the rumor here that the cop went insane. He basically burned out. It seems that Goto is here. Daiko, I'm sorry. Yelling at his wife because she's basically nagging him a little bit, about cleaning up the house. They just moved in here with the furniture. They need some, and she feels that he doesn't help. But so he goes to this Goto family and having a beer, right? But they also know this town pretty well. So he says, hey, where's your wife? Why didn't she come here, right? So basically he's lying, but, everybody does that. So he says, well, you're lying. Your wife and kids are at the house, right? The whole village knows what you do and when you do it, right? So they forget about it, and this is some weird tone here. And then it seems that the girl just ran away somehow. So they are looking for him, but it seems that the policeman that disappeared lived in the house, and he carved something in the woods. It says "run away," and the atmosphere here is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's good. It's very atmospheric, and the art is gorgeous. I mean, what I didn't know, by the way, before we go into, this is a crowdfunded book, and it's from a Blaze. Really? done by Masaaki Ninomiya, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. I didn't know that Blaze did manga. So I'm not sure if that's all new. Probably. So yeah, he's trying to have the relationship with these people. So I thought maybe the whole town is in it, but it's actually not the case. It's just this weird family. But the cop is not that dumb. Although he comes over as a little bit weak, because he's trying to going along with all this weirdness instead of hey, this is not acceptable. You need to get away from me. But he's for the relationships. Later on, he's getting a little bit tougher and real tough, by the way. So he goes back to his wife and basically apologizing a little bit what happened before. But then the little kid, who doesn't speak anymore, suddenly wants to give him something. And so since they all think that there is a bear coming out of hibernation and terrorizing the city, the major, who is actually the father of these guys, right? Not sure if he's also a Godo or maybe he's part of this family or whatever. And so they're going into the woods, right? And he says, hey, you're falling behind. And there is also this little brother, I guess, from the other guy with the long hair. And he's acting weird too because he doesn't want to fall behind. It's very important that he doesn't fall behind. And so suddenly they found droppings and the police cop falls and he lost then the whole bunch. And then also he got a call from this pathologist, Nakamura. So it seems that he sent there was some kind of a finger because his daughter sent it to him. But before he get any answers, this little brother started to shoot him. And he says, you just calm down, otherwise it's something going to happen. Then he's just bawling. But there's a weird thing going on because just a moment ago he is crying, and then the next one he's just shooting a bird from the sky without a scope, right? So he says, I'm going to take your gun away. And then they found the bear. The bear is actually attacking him. I'm skipping a few pages here, but then this guy's just, crying just a moment ago, just shoots him, and he's dead. Now we go a little bit further. So it seems that they are going to open up this bear, to see if the bear actually killed the grandmother. But then the cop says, well, hey, maybe we get the authorities, but they are totally ignore that. So yeah, it seems this is the glasses of the mother, and they say, hey, eat it. I said, what? What do you mean eat it? So it's some kind of a ritual here, because by eating grandma becomes our flesh and blood. She keeps living on within us. And as you can see, these are actually cannibals. And I think the like I said, the atmosphere is really good. What irks me a little bit here is that there's a lot of Photoshop images, Google images, photo references in here. It isn't really intrusive because I know that manga normally has a lot of traced photos and backgrounds that using stock photos and maybe Google Images or 3D images, not entirely sure, but mostly it blends in with the environments. Here is a little bit more prevalent, by the way. Oh, this is the daughter of the cop that was missing. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff. Also, there's some kind of a ritual when it comes to burying people, and people cannot ever see your face. And it seems that there are more people than they are invited to. So is this daughter that's been sneaking up, and so this guy's really angry at her, and he's getting in her face because he's accusing them for the disappearance of her father. And yeah, there's some real stuff going on like this. People are getting mad and crazy. And like I said, I don't want to show you too much. But I think, like I said, it's really well done. And he also gets in the face by, because he wants to go to the residence of these family. But then suddenly a tree almost falls on them, and then this guy says, "Hey, no, I'm just cutting trees, right?" So, and it really reminds me of this crazy horror movies, with crazy families, and all in together, but somewhat not, and then someone is innocent and someone is, But it seems that they are all into it. And he says, "Well, we got nothing to do with the disappearance of the cop because the cop came to our house and we made a video, right? And you can see that he's really acting weird, So, is this you think this guy's of sound mind?" And yeah, it seems that the cop is really acting also weird. He's accusing them, but he's also shouting, being erratic, right? So there's something going on too with the cop, I guess. So he wants to figure it out, and he wants to, instead of being friends, well, he's trying to get the peace between, the family. But it's not really that they are arguing, but they say, "Hey, get off our property, don't come back, right? We are doing this, we are taking care of ourselves." And we have this weird guy, I wonder who that is, right? Also, like I said, he's becoming a little bit more tougher because one of the family members are threatening him. And he says, you need to get away, otherwise I'm going to kill you, right? So the cop says, "Well, you are acting really extreme and you want to keep me at bay. Maybe there's something going on with your family anyway, so I'm going to look into it thoroughly." So this guy says, "Well, I'm going to kill you." But then the cop does this, and I didn't expect that because, like I said, the cop came over as a little bit weaker, like to being a little bit too friendly with the neighborhood. But then he is actually kicking ass. But then, I don't want to show too much, but let's say the family is now visiting the mother and the daughter, and that basically is, continuing into the next volume. So there's a lot of layers here, and I'm not sure where this is going on, but, it seems that this guy is the head of the house, spoiler. And that has also some, it's a weird storyline that he's basically more in the background. Like you see him in the beginning with the young girl right here. And then we don't see him much anymore, but has a lot of body parts. So right off the bat, it's been shown that the families basically are cannibals, but I wonder why it's been shown so much in a first volume. Maybe there's something more going on later on. So I hope so. So guys, this is what I want to show you. Let me know in the comments if you think this is cool. Do you want to pick it up? It's a new manga, by the way. And like I said, Ablaze? I don't know, but the atmosphere is really, really there. And look at this. It looks great. Looks really good. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. And see you next time. Bye-bye.